afternoon and welcome to our 9 p.m. English news brought to you live by RTD. The President of the Republic declared solidarity with the disaster and mobilized the government. A-Level 2017 regional ceremony of A-Level has been taken in the year. Ivory Coast Francophonie opening the game of the Francophonie. And then now the national news. The President of the Republic has held yesterday a crisis meeting for the organization of fast efficiency measure to the disaster. The President, who is very affected by what he has called the strong disaster caused by the fire, the Minister of Interior, Mr. Hassan Umar, has coordinated in person the relief operation. As a result of this council of the crisis, conduct is immediately multiplying. Yesterday afternoon, the Minister of Interior, Mr. Hassan Umar, was the head of a strong delegation. Destination went to the place to attend the operation of the assistance in disaster, as well as the government, which is mobilized, Mr. Hassan Umar, to be the sample of our fellow citizens very affected by the disaster. Operation that started the afternoon continued early in the evening toward 9 p.m. to resume this morning. The first aid of distribution to the claim, including material of the kitchen, cloth, mat, and covering, as well as the food stuff. To the demotion of the government, it is also including this operation of relief. The first NGO of Djibouti, on the instruction of the First Lady, chairperson of the UNFD, spared no effort to meet the need of the disaster. Momin Hassan Bare, Minister of Muslim Affairs and Culture, of Waqaf and Property, namely Director of the Culture, Douale Hassan Ahmed, and the Secretary General for UNESCO Commission to Djibouti, Ismail Ibrahim Roble, the Regional Conference and the Ministerial Roundtable to strengthening for the protection of the culture and heritage in East Africa and in the island state of the Indian Ocean in Port Louis, Republic of Mauritania, on the 18th July 2017 to July 20, 2017. At this conference, the experts from UNESCO and UN Law did not fail to highlight the challenge and adventure of 1970 and 1995 Convention. The vocation of UN Law is to study ways of harmonizing and coordinating to the private law of state of a group and gradually prepare the adoption by state the united form rules of private law. In addition, the United Law Convention concerns all the cultural property beyond the intervention of declaration property in order to further prevent the impoverishment our heritage, which is also of humanitarian. The National Microfinance Commission said this morning in the meeting room of the Central Bank of Djibouti. The meeting was co-chaired by the Secretary of the State for Social Affairs, Madam Ousmane Aden, and the government of Djibouti Central Bank of Ousmane Aden. The meeting was attended by the representatives in the various sector ministerial, microfinance institutions, NGOs, communities, representatives of donors, the task of the Commission to ensure the implementation and monitoring and evaluation of the national microfinance strategy. It must also ensure the representation of the defense and the sector, which are advocated for the sector, mobilizing the additional finance resource, development of local expertise, and synergy between the different sectors and the stakeholders. The National Microfinance Commission is assisted by a permanent secretariat with a small number of staff whose mission is basically to monitor implementation of the resolution of the National Microfinance Commission. A big ceremony and unpretended has been organized this Thursday, 20 July at Chora on the occasion of the graduation of their A-level to 100 young students to the White City having obtained their diploma this year. The ceremony, under the patronage of the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, has been chaired by the Minister of Decentralization, His Excellency Hamadou Mohamed Aramis. The Montfort was represented at the historical event by a delegation led by the technical advisor Mohamed Barkhat Siraj, and including among the Director General of the Technical Education, Mr. Abdul Qadir Hamad, and Lady Lula Ali Elabe and Nasr Umar, respectively Director of the Public Education and the Head of the Service of Secondary Education, the side of the Minister and the regional authority, which the Prefect Habib Chilani and the Acting President Idris Ambata. Under the patronage of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, organized the graduation ceremony of the A-level of the school year of 2016-2017. For the first year of our history, a graduation ceremony of hotel management were held in the region of Arta in the interior of our country. In accordance with the work plan for 2017, the Minister of the Health organized a review of the National Nutrition Program through the Director for the Mother and Child Health. The meeting, chaired by the Secretary General of the Minister, Dr. Ahmad Roble Abdillah, will bring together the 2 years on 19 and 20 July 2017, the head of the central level, the medical chief, and the focal point for the health region. The review of the national nutrition, the program will provide an update on the result for the first half of 2017, identifying the strategy, treating, and opportunity this program in order to develop or adjust the work plan for the second half of 2017. Finally, with the aim of contributing the reduction of the maternal, newborn, and child mortality, they urge everyone to redouble their effort by effectively participating in the detection and management of malnutrition for children from 0 to 5 years old to pregnant women. The nursery orphanage Dariel saw this morning a small ceremony of reception of donation for the material for child. This is a special gift of the young person named Mahad Hassan. The young Mahad is an entrepreneur from the Sweden diaspora, headed over all this material to the hand of the director of the center, Dariel, Madame Ferdousa Noor. The initiative was aimed at the children of the Dariel nursery and the Child Protection Center. Is praise work because of helping his neighbor remain a basic principle in our culture. The donation consists mainly of the computer equipment, medicine, school material, and clothing. This material will impart to this orphan for the year. The nursery director, Dariel Ferdousa Noor, welcomed the reception of this kit aid and material that also comes from a private individual. The director thanks Mahad for this initiative from the Sweden diaspora on behalf of the First Lady of the country and UNFD President Mr. Khadra Mahmoud Haid. On her own behalf and the behalf of the entire Dahlia nursery, she called that this is the first part of a private individual and this will not be the last, as Mahad promised them this kind of help in the course of Europe, recalling that Dahlia nursery is an orphanage that welcomes more than 166 children who have lost their parent in conflict, who are abandoned by their parents. And now let us move on to international news. In Ivory Coast, Friday opening the game of the Francophonie. It is this Friday afternoon that will giving the kick-off of the 8th game of the Francophonie state of Félix Houphouët-Boigny in the presence of the several political leaders of the French-speaking world. More than 4,000 athletes from 50 countries will take part in this cultural sporting event in Abidjan, the capital of the Francophonie. Until the 30th July next, the Ivoirian economic capital will host the largest sporting and cultural event of the Francophonie dedicated to the young. More than 4,000 participant artists athletes from the 4 corners of the world. More than 10,000 soldiers, gendarmes and police officers have been mobilized to ensure the safety and security of this game. The game should cover no less than 700 journalists, followed by 50 million viewers around the world. Abidjan, the capital of the Francophonie, until 30 July next. That is all for this English news. Thank you for watching us and have a wonderful evening.